1988, I released the first album I actually did was a jazz album, together with bass player Mads Winding, drummer Alex Riel, and piano player Jørgen Imborg, on Stunned Records. And that was the only album I released there, and that's many years ago. Now I'm back, and what did I do in the meantime? Well, I did everything in the meantime.
Your voice doesn't really matter.
I came back to jazz because I always knew I would come back to jazz. I always knew that jazz was not, in Danish you say, it wasn't running anywhere, because I have the theory that you become a better and better singer doing jazz as you get older, because jazz is so much about expressing life lived. And the older you get, the more life you have lived, and the more you have, it's possible for you to put into even the simplest thing. You can hear when a singer has experience and kind of put it into a very concentrated form, and you can suddenly feel, okay, this is lived life. That means a lot to me.
How insensitive.
This new record, I don't think it's a jazz record in the sense of what people think a jazz record is, but I do think it has colors in it, and it has traditions in it that are jazzy. We have used repertoire from many different styles. We have this headline over everything that genre is nothing we talk about anymore. Genre is dead. This is the songs and the music, and we're trying to give the songs the best surroundings they can have, and the best opportunity for me to express the song, because this is very much songs done by other artists before. So to me it's very important that I try to give a new impression of the song that can have the listener think, oh yeah, I know that song, but oh, I hear something new in it that I never heard before. That's my dream. I really put a lot of work into finding songs. I think about it all the time. I think about it wherever I go, whenever I hear a song, and it can come from anywhere, from pop radio or from a movie or somewhere I hear a song, and I think, could that be something? And the first thing I do is if I'm getting curious about a song, the first thing I did is I listen to the lyrics. The lyrics is 220% the most important thing for me. That I can be in the lyrics somehow. It doesn't have to be literally all the time, but that I can put something into the lyrics that has a different perspective on how the lyrics have been listened to before. For example, I have on this record a song done by Pretenders.
Just call me angel of the morning. Just touch my cheek before you leave me.
I've always been thinking of it as quite young love, quite two independent people meeting each other. That's possible, and we can leave each other again. It's not so important. I suddenly had this feeling of, hey, this could also be about, this could be about many things, but my picture of it was the older woman looking for some love that didn't have to end up in a marriage in the end. It could even be an older woman together with a very young guy, who knows? But suddenly I can change perspective of the song and thereby give it another expression that it was given when it was done many years ago by Chrissy Hine.
Well, hello there, it's been a long, long time. How am I doing? Oh, I guess I'm doing fine.
Mario Biondi is an Italian singer that I got to know at a point where I was living in Italy, and I heard this extreme voice coming out of all speakers all over the place where I lived. And it really caught my curiosity. What is this voice? He was singing in English. He was doing music that I would label jazz.
How is your new love? I hope that is doing fine. Heard you told him that you'd love him till the end of time.
And then when I started thinking about a duet for this record, it became really natural for me to think Mario Biondi. Not that I have ever met him or know much about him, or I don't know much about Italian music business at all. But I thought that if anybody, him, I thought that this very, very deep, very husky voice of Mario together with me would maybe for the first time really make a difference between me as a woman and him as a man.
I gotta go now.
I've been so many years on big record labels where I've been used to being the diva who asks somebody, could you call up this guy, or could you make connections with that guy? And it rarely happens, because when managers talk to each other over the borders, it usually always ends up in nothing. So I thought, well, I know it's new times. Networking is a very important thing. The internet gives me opportunity to get just as close to Mario Biondi as anybody else that would try to get a hold of him. So I simply found a mail address on the internet, sent an email, explained who I was and what my idea was. And a few days after, I got a response from one of the managers of Mario's in Italy, who was fantastically positive about it, who had been checking my career out and understood my idea 100%, which was really, really fantastic to me. It was like proving that, okay, hey, what do I need other people to do? I can do it all myself. And then from that first contact to actually this thing happening, I knew that there could be many obstacles in the way, and maybe he would never come and he wouldn't have time to, or whatever could happen. But it did work. Mario came and we sang the song together, and I've never in my whole career experienced anything like this. As easy, as heartfelt and easy as this cooperation has been. It's very nice to experience after all these years where it's always been tough business and business people talking to each other. And then when two artists start talking together, it's not that difficult. Well, I knew that, but now I proved that.
Please remember what I tell you, that in time you're gonna pay.
Ain't it funny
How time slips away.
Ain't it funny
How time slips away.